What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at centre back Kyle Walker 95. You're tired of coming up against teams that want to rip your hair out every single day. Make sure you check u7buy.com for the most reliable and cheapest coins on the market. And at checkout, make sure you hit that JT11 for 5% off your order, and hopefully you have a good day. So going into Walker's review, he is the card that everybody wants goalkeeper, and they just never give it to us. Honestly, this card is always around. A centre-back Kyle Walker is never too far from a new FIFA. It has taken a while to get to him, to be honest. We've had, an 87 and a 91 right back, so it was only a matter of time. Centre-back Walker is always going to be fantastic. His pace, physicality, defending prowess is normally top tier. At the minute, he's coming in just shy of 2 million coins. He's dropped about 600 in the last hour. And the chemistry style you're going to want to put on him is going to be that Sentinel. That will give you 99 defending and 98 physical. Turning him into a 98 rated centre-back, that is beautiful. That is exactly what everybody wants to see. The price-wise is a little bit dear. We can imagine during upgrades, during the week, he will drop down in price. He's a 3-star, 4-star with a right foot, and he is a high. We have got long throw-in as his only trait. Realistically, he's not going to be taking many throw-ins as a centre-back, but we have got maxed out pace entirely. We've got very good dribbling stats on him. The only thing that I was really shocked at, 88 composure. I really thought that we were past this, EA. I thought everybody had 90 plus, especially when they're 95 rated. But that being said, I don't think it will matter with this card. If you manage to get yourself a Kyle Walker, I feel like he's going to be insane. Any version of this right back normally as a centre back is nuts. So having him at a 95 should be pretty nice. I can imagine his price will drop heavily. We normally see a lot of these cards that go for 500k, 1 mil, 2 mil, 10 mil. They normally crash hard. Everybody's got fodder packs, and I can imagine Kyle Walker should be a semi-obtainable-ish card. We've already got Conte, Di Natale, and Abidi Pele, who are next level in terms of price. So I think Walker's on that high end. You'd be very, very happy to pack him, but he's not quite the best you can get this week. So let's jump into Walker. We're going to go into champs and just see what this guy can do. He's replacing Marquinhos, so big boots to fill. Right, first test is what we need, is how comfortable is he on moving. Dribbling-wise, let's have a look. Let's see what we got a bit. He feels all right. Obviously, what normally is the case for a centre-back or, say, like a centre-back going CDM is sometimes you can get that almost blocky feel. Whereas a right-back going to a centre-back, that can be sometimes that little bit different because, oh, that's a bad pass. Because normally a right-back is semi-decent on the ball. You're not necessarily expecting him to be like a Messi, Ronaldo, but you're expecting him to have a little bit on the ball because he's going to be potentially overlapping quite a lot. You look at Trent, you look at Robbo, they've got a bit about him, especially even just in their standard gold form. Kyle Walker had him all day long. But when it comes to a right back going centre back, you don't necessarily have to worry too much. Purely, that's a great pass. Purely for the fact that they already have that ability. So they can't, they can definitely make them more clunky, but normally they don't. And I definitely think Kyle Walker shouldn't have that. And that is what I call a penalty. Do we call Kyle Walker up to the stand for his debut? I think we do. 8 minutes in, we're feeling confident. Kyle Walker, step your place up with 99 power. We take that. Where we going? Bang! And Kyle Walker's got the first. That is what you want to see. Beautiful. Kyle Walker looking at that right back position, and we know he's going to get that interception. It just naturally comes to him. And I think in general with Kyle Walker, we're not going to necessarily... Wow. No. We're not necessarily going to critique him too much because he's going to be sensational. I feel like everybody if you've seen a Kyle Walker card as a centre-back before, you know how good he actually is. His defending is normally top tier. His passing is good, dribbling. The composure, like I say, I think it would be better to be a little bit higher, safer than sorry, but I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact on the card, really. And especially because we've got such top kind of centre-backs already. You may not even want to go buy him, but if you did pack him, I think he definitely would come into the top probably let's say the top 5 centre-backs now. We'd have to do the comparison at the end just to make sure we're not missing any centre-backs, but Virgil, Marquinhos, Maldini obviously is always one. Then you've got the likes of Chiellini, who is absolutely cracked for the price. So there is quite a few decent centre-backs out there, but whether he fits in that top 10 is going to be the big question that we look at as we find Fekir here. He's going to knock it over to him, and again, he's just dealt with it. Very nice. Walker again looking for that Fekir run. He's gonna pass to Lewandowski, who's gonna try and have the block. Good shot. Good positioning from them both. They're working really well. Virgil is just the next level centre-back. So to have a very, very quick centre-back next to him, I feel like that's a very good partnership that you might want to use. And that sometimes is what you need for someone like a Marquinhos. Not necessarily the quickest centre-back on the market, but he has that tackling. And with Walker almost being able to kind of capitalize on that as well and kind of be used as the pacey centre-back, that just adds for a good pair. Walker seeing this out. The only good thing as well with a centre-back that was a right-back, passing is normally not a problem whatsoever. Bale is just unreal. I know it's a Walker review, but wow. And again, that's a solid pass out wide. Ollie is going to take that all day long. So we find it into Mbappe. Gets the little cross. Bale with the header, and that is a Neuer save and a half. Walker watching that run if we can, and he intercepts all day long. And again, looking, Walker's prowling across here, and he just gets it every time. Every single time. And again, oh my, Bale. Absolutely fantastic. With the likes of Walker then, there is very little to say about him because he's just complete in every way. So first off, let's have a look at Shapeshifters 3 to see what sort of prices we're looking at, because a lot of these were very high-end cards. We've got Rashford coming in at 1.3. I think he was about 4 to 5 mil to start with. Sane was just shy of a mil, I believe, to start with. Again, coming in quite cheap. We go back to Shapeshifters 2. Ramos is still a mil. Obviously, them two are. El Shaarawy was shy of that. Werner was shy of that as well. So in terms of price of what we're looking at for this Walker, I feel like you could definitely stay above a mil, but I really don't see centre-backs really holding that much price. If we do compare him to every single centre-back that we've actually had, I think the ones that you want to be looking for is Maldini, Chiellini, Virgil, Marquinhos, Eder, Koulibaly. If you've got the links, he's a sensational centre-back, but unfortunately, there isn't that much Serie A running around in most people's teams. Again, most, not all. Kalulu's up there. I would say them top. So I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 centre-backs. I would say he comes in that. So it's like the top 7 almost. Alaba, and I'm not saying that these all kind of below here are terrible. They are all top-end cards. But from what I've seen and what people's teams are kind of rocking, they're normally the big ones. They're the ones you see a lot. You can see Varane every now and then now. But again, I feel like there's definitely players that have overtaken him. So I would put him in definitely the top 7 at a minimum. I think link-wise, that takes out Koulibaly personally. I would then say you could potentially say above Chiellini in terms of linkability and who else you can kind of go with. You can go with a Ruben, you can go obviously Maldini with Virgil, and you can have then Trent, you can have Cancelo. There's a lot of links that you can go there. So for me, I think I would definitely put him as a partner with someone like Virgil, Maldini or Marquinhos. Militao again does the job, but he's just another centre-back that is incredible. But I think for Walker, bringing him across, he hasn't got that bulkiness that most centre-backs have because he was a right-back before. And that's normally what does really well for him when he gets an inform from a right-back to a centre-back, because he's like an 88 rated card. It's kind of better than most cards at the moment. We don't have Team of the Seasons, we don't have Shapeshifters, and he gets it kind of mid-year, and it's normally absolutely unreal. This year, we unfortunately haven't had it. Last year, we did get it at an 86. We obviously had a Team of the Week moments before, and I think we had it in FIFA 18. So that's kind of when it started, the Man City days. We've missed 1 year, basically. Every other year, he's had a centre-back card before the end of the game. This time, we've got a 95. I think definitely he would fit a lot of people's teams, and he'd do absolute wonders. Personally, for me, he would actually get into the main team. I would replace Marquinhos for him because Virgil is just another level, and Walker most definitely would be a lot more enjoyable. And to be honest, with that pace, you can't argue. You add the Sentinel onto him, he's a 98.5 rated centre-back, and if that doesn't speak wonders, I don't know what does. In terms of kind of everything else, his passing wise is exquisite. He's a right back, so he's gonna have more passing than not. As you can see, the stat wise, he hasn't had a major upgrade. In fact, if we go from there, that's better. Yeah, so it's a standard upgrade, to be honest. From a 91 to a 95, they didn't boost him massively because he's already at that sort of level. Pace is already at 98 on that 91, so again, doesn't necessarily see too much difference, but you can get the 10 chem on that centre-back role. So for me, I think most definitely he is a 10 out of 10 centre-back. Well worth having a look at once he drops. I feel like he definitely will drop probably as close to a mil as I can imagine. It all depends on what they do for upgrades and what supply we get this week. Because we've had all of the fodder packs, that's going to have an initial knock-on effect. But whether that takes him all the way down, that's what we're going to have a see. I would say anything under a mil, he's definitely worth having a look at. And hopefully you do get him during rewards, player picks, upgrades, anything from this week. Hopefully you get somebody massive. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this. And I'll see you all for the next review. Peace.